Hey everyone, Soundwave8084 here in the Transformers Legacy review. In this review, take a look at Deluxe Class Autobot Skids. Here is his packaging. I didn't mention this in my Drax review, but I really hate the no plastic. I understand, we'll save the earth kind of stuff, but it's just to reduce your plastic use. I just hate this because it's open to people who are just going to try to rip stuff out, take stuff out. Also, the figures can become more easily damaged or messed with to where you're going to have more damaged toys, more toys with markings on them or something that's going to happen. And I don't like that. The other thing is they are jamming the weapons way down in the bottom of the card, so they'd have to like really get in there or just tear it open or just... there's only one thing of tape down here. It's easy to slit that and pull that out. But there's your box art of him in vehicle mode. Here's your art here of him in robot mode. And you got your back, 14 steps, get you all the way around. It's a very, a pretty simple transformation. Very much like the G1 toy. Here's where you can scan to get his tech specs. And here shows his weapons. All three do combine. I really don't like this blue translucent weapon, or it's not my cup of tea. So I really don't do much with it. But you can put it on top of the car and stuff or combine it with the other weapons. I like the weapons separate, and I like them combined together minus the blue piece here. And on the side here, you get your Autobot artwork, which is different than what you get on the Decepticons packaging. Or those, you get Megatron and Decepticons. On the Autobots, you get Optimus Prime and the Autobot packaging. You get your RC, your Blaster, Hot Rod, Bulkhead, Prime. And then here you got your Decepticons. And you put them together, you can see how it kind of forms one big picture. Also in the packaging, of course, you get your trusty instructions, which show you how to combine the weapons and transform the figure. And here is Legacy Skids. There's a few things you can do with them. The back piece here can go up high over his head, very much like the G1 animation model there and the original G1 toy. This is the commemorative series here. You can see where they take the black legs here, because in the animation model, which I'll put right here, you can see he's just got all blue. He has black in the toy. They sort of gave him this other off-colored blue. So that is what they did with that. You can do this with the back piece. You also can lower it down. Now I'm going to say this whole piece here is translucent painted plastic. So you want to be careful handling this, because there's always a chance this could crack or break. It's on this little hinge back here. And this is on another hinge under his head, so you can also lower that down further on his back. And you get a more clean look around the head. You don't have that bulky stuff. It just depends on the look you want. Now, his shoulders can go way up here, but also to be like the animation model and stuff, and more like the toy, you can lower them down if you want to have a weird, awkward look. I don't like the look, though. I like the shoulders up high. It just looks like a more bulky and imposing Autobot. Close look at the head sculpt. I actually love the head on this figure. A lot of the paint details. You got the Autobot logo here. You got the yellow and silvers, blacks. It looks really good all around. So far, when I opened all the figures up, I opened Dragster first. I was like, he's cool. I opened Skids second. I was like, okay, this guy is my favorite overall just by holding him. And then I opened Kickback, and we'll get to him a little bit later. Now, I'm not much on hollow bits. Skids doesn't really have too many, but his legs are pretty hollow. The inner thighs there just bugged me a little bit. It's not so bad in person as the pictures made it out to be. But if you're one who does not like hollowness, you probably want to try to get some fillers for up here in his thighs. This down here is all transformation, so you don't want to really fill that up unless you're going to leave him in robot mode, 100% of the time. Comparison time. Here we got G1 Commemorative Series Skids. Yes, I didn't put all the stickers. I'm not really good with stickers. I like the plain look. It's fine with me. This is a comparison with his G1 toy. Next to Earthrise Hoist, Kingdom Mirage, Wave Mate Kickback, with Earthrise Optimus Prime, Earthrise Cliffjumper. Now the weapons it comes with is translucent plastic piece of garbage. I don't know. It's fine. It's probably gonna be some gimmick where you can combine weapons. I think that's something I remember somebody mentioning. You can combine these things. They all have a bunch of ports and pegs, and you can plug blast effects into the last part right there as well. You also get this silver gun here. It's actually molded in black plastic, molded in black plastic, and then it's painted silver. Does support blast effects as well. And then you get the dual barreled one here, which also supports blast effects. And you can combine these by taking this long black peg. You can put it under that, and you get one blaster. And then after you do that, you can take the blue translucent one, and it would go on the top part here. Don't have to do any of that, but you can peg this on to his hands. He also has the portholes on his forearms. So if you want to be a little more G1, you know, in G1 toy, he didn't hold his weapons. They just went around his forearm, so you can then just plug them in there, so that way it'd be a little more G1-esque. Articulation on Skids. Shoulders. So you can 360. Yeah, you just gotta move the door out of the way. Raise them. It's because you got this pin through the shoulder, and the back wheel doesn't move, but you just move the piece there. You know, like I said, this moves a whole lot, so you can get different looks and also different kind of poses out of that. Upper bicep swivel, elbow bends, it's a pin. There, you get 90 degrees. He does have wrist swivels, so that is a plus with him. Drag strip did not have that. You get a 360 waist swivel. You can do almost a full split. So it goes back to there. Kick forward really far, back forward. Just have to avoid the back piece of the car. Knee bends to there. You have the upper thigh swivel up here where the leg connects to the waist. And you have ankle tilts for days there. Head, this whole piece, even the back piece here that forms part of the hood, is attached to the head. But it doesn't hinder anything. You still get the full 360. So far, he is one of my favorite Transformers they've made in a while. Just overall look is pleasing to me. Alright, so let's transform Skids. With Skids in his vehicle mode, it is a lovely alt mode. It's got the red trim here on the sides of the vehicle, painted yellow headlights, painted silver grille here. He's got some red like fog lights there on the bottom, more red trim here. The pins, at least I hate when the wheels are different looking. Like there's a pin in there, you just can't see it, and usually when you're looking at it like this way, you don't really notice if this one stands out. So this looks odd, but when you're looking like this, you can see the pin that goes in that one because it pins to the arms. Come around the back. This is where he's going to need some loving. Where the G1 toy, you know, it had, you know, more going on in the back. I'm sure you can get up with some toy hacks. I'm sure they'll come up with some labels to give them some like tail lights and maybe a back windshield and stuff. But you got to remember this is going to fold up and around. So, you know, clearance, there might be some sticker rubbing if they did some of that stuff right there. It is nice. Only thing is now the whole roof here and windshield is all translucent plastic, and having to get this tabbed into those two little tabs here and tab back here, there is a little bit, I say use caution, because there is always that fear that you could crack this plastic doing so. I would recommend just to be careful when transforming it like that. Now, of course, his accessories can now peg on. He's got 3 sets of peg holes. He's got one on each side, and he's got one on the roof. Now, the box art, of course, shows this gun here on one side, and you just peg that in. Then you got the other gun on the other side. And I show this on top, which I really don't like this. And also, you got to peg it hard in that translucent. This piece of plastic is really thick, and it's really hard to actually get kind of a little bit of pressure to get that in there. So you can do like that, and then put the blast effects on it. I actually like to leave this piece out because oops, yeah, we're gonna tap that. I really don't like this piece. I don't think I'm going to use that accessory. I might use the guns. What I had when I first opened this thing up was these just put together. And you put it together this way, and then I'll just peg this on the roof of the car and use that as his weapon that way. Now, mine does have a little QC issue. You can see it came with a little scratch back here, but there is like a little nick of something right there. If my camera doesn't want to focus too well on that, there we go. It got scratched up somewhere, I guess, in the factory packaging, but you can't see that because it was on the back side, so you just don't, that's something you don't notice until you actually open up and get it out. Let's do some comparisons. Here it is next to the G1 commemorative series. These were the Toys R Us exclusives here in North America. So you can say the Legacy is a lot bigger than the original G1 toy would be. But of course, G1 toy is going to feel more solid because it's, you know, got some metal, die-cast metal, and it's got rubber tires, and it's going to roll a whole lot better. Whereas this one, the back tires roll fine. The front tires, because it's split here, they don't roll very well, so they just kind of slide. But he still rolls good with the back tires going on. Next to Earthrise Ironhide, size differences, Ironhide is decently bigger. Next to Studio Series 86 Jazz, and next to Transformers Kingdom Tracks. Final thoughts on Legacy Skids. I love the robot mode. I love that you can change it around and get different looks out of the arms and the back piece. I love the weapon accessories, how you can combine them, put them on his forearms, hold them in his hands, and have them all separate. I don't really care about this blue piece, but, you know, that's just me. The alt mode is a very much G1-esque alt mode. Only problem really with the alt mode is the front wheels don't really roll on my copy. I mean, your copy could vary, but it seems the way they are made is just a very unfriendly to rolling kind of thing. So I would definitely recommend this figure, especially if you're a Skids fan. You're going to want to pick this guy up anyway. But if you just love good posable Transformers, I think Skids here wins in that category as well. Anyway, thanks for watching this review. Until the next ones, peace out.